Yes, hi, I'm David Bennett, and I'm here to talk to you about digital humans in the age of AI. And yeah, I'm the owner of Mimic Productions, a 3D animation character company, and I got started a long time ago in the 3D industry, about 30 years ago. And previous to starting Mimic, I was in charge of a lot of the facial motion capture on a lot of the earlier facial motion capture films like Avatar and Tintin and Planet of the Apes and Polar Express and Monster House and Beowulf. These were a few of the projects that I worked on. And afterwards, I ended up deciding to start a company, which is Mimic Productions. And it's been an interesting journey. And so with Mimic Productions, we've been doing this for a while, it really focuses on the digital human aspect of different projects, and we also have Synthetic Portal, which is a metaverse type asset service place, and we have Pixel Linkers, which is really focused on making smart avatars for a lot of different projects within the metaverse. And so I thought I would start talking about all three of these. So you can see they kind of relate and they're kind of interconnected. So I'll start with Mimic Productions. And so Mimic Productions was founded a long time ago, and we've been really making the most realistic characters for a lot of different projects. I think over 500 today, and in multiple industries like holograms, fashion, art, movies, mini games, and metaverse type projects as well. And we've got to work with quite a few celebrities over the years, like Keanu Reeves, of course, you see him there, and Lady Gaga, and Beyonce, and quite a few other celebrities. It's kind of the nature of the game because we spend a lot of time with faces. So you often have to work with these people directly, and it's a real pleasure. Oops. Right. And so within Mimic, our general pipeline is we do a lot of scanning, and we'll go in that a little bit more in detail, which is like 3D scanning of a human. They'll be surrounded in a cage, and then we move on to the modeling and texturing aspect of the character to bring it to life and change it from a scan into a usable asset. And we also focus on creating hair and cloth for a variety of different engines and methods of doing it. And we really focus on rigging, which is a bit of my specialty because I did a lot of helped out with the facial rigging team on the movies, and we kind of do similar type things here at Mimic. And motion capture, we always do. We have multiple kinds of motion capture, which we'll get into. And last but not least, AI integration, which we hook up our characters into different AI platforms. And so here to kind of go through it a little bit more clearly. So this is actually our scanner here. We have two scanners. This is our body scanner that you can see here. And we also have a dedicated head scanner. The head scanner is something it gets a bit more detailed than the body scanner because there's a lot more focus of the cameras on the face. And this scanner is something, both of the scanners are used on different occasions. Sometimes they have to go in different places, so they're completely mobile to take on shoots and stuff like that. Actually, one of them is in New York as we speak, and one of them is in here in Berlin, where our studio is located. And so you can see here, here's a sample quality out of the scan that we would get. This would be our baseline to start all of the other reconstruction of the data. And as you can see here, there's quite a bit of detail that we get out of the scanner, but then of course there's other layers that we do in the post-processing to make an even better level of quality. And yeah, and so once we scan a character, then we would take them through the post-processing, which this one right here is post-process. You can see that it has different layers of geometry, and we remove all of the artifacts and enhance some areas that need a little bit more detail in them through the separation of the different color maps that are generated. And so sometimes we also need to make characters from reference imagery. This happened a lot during COVID. This is when we started doing it more, because there was so many times when we couldn't take our scanner or get close to people. So we would just sculpt these by hand from reference photos. And it's been a pretty common trend since then. And we get close to what it looks like as a scan, but there's still, we try our best to get as close as we can from the images that we have. And this is proved really useful, especially with celebrities that, which is most of what we do, that can't find time to travel or have time to meet with us. So we'll build digital versions of them without them even being there. And sometimes we build characters from concept art. Here in this situation, we were just given a picture and we were told to make a 3D version of him. And that's what we did on that one. And yes, even cartoon characters, they're not scanned or anything like that, but we love breathing life into cartoon characters. They just have a different kind of vibe and feel, and usually put a smile on your face. And I threw this one in too. I'm not sure how many tigers we're going to see in the metaverse, but I think they're coming, and I think we should get ready for a whole slew of pets in the metaverse, and something that we're actively pursuing as well. And so also we do a lot of clothing in different runtime environments like Unity and Unreal. And these garments, they're important that they're optimized for the real-time performance, because otherwise they can be quite heavy. We do them in a lot of different ways, whether it's scanning or building them from pictures or scratch. There's a lot of different methods and a lot of different ways of making the simulations on them happen afterwards, depending on what engine or what you're rendering it out of. We do a lot in fashion. It's one of the things that really surprised me is whenever I started the company, I never anticipated fashion being such a big thing, but it's a very massive part of our company, and we're always working on some of the biggest and best fashion projects out there. We also do different hairstyles. These are groomed differently for different game engines, for different rendering outputs, depending on what the final need is for this, whether it's an advertisement or in-game character. Usually it's a combination of hair cards or X-Gen or both. And so something we do quite a bit of is we build facial rigs. And these facial rigs are kind of something I spent a lot of time doing. What you do is you break up the face into about, you can go from anywhere from 50 to 500 different blend shapes. And these blend shapes are expressions that really limit the way the mouth moves in order that they can be combined to make any shape. So for example, one shape might be a smile or a jaw open or a stretcher. These are funny expressions that we add together to make any different facial expression when we have at least the base 50. The rest of them kind of are a bit more behind the scenes, kind of correcting how the geometry looks when they're all blended together. And yeah, it's something that we spend quite a bit of time doing, and it's the basis for all of our facial systems. And here we also do motion capture on our characters. And with this is actually early, before we did the Matrix shoot on the last video game demo. This is not Keanu Reeves, but this is his stand-in here. And we were just prepping, taking a couple videos before the shoot, and thought they looked kind of nice. And so we also do body rigging. And body rigging is really important because you have to, you might be defining a muscle system, or you're really defining, it's the bones and the underlying skin that get rotated in such a way that you can make the character posable in any different way. And basically what you're seeing this character do, we call it a ROM, or a range of motion, to basically move the joints in the skeleton of the character in different ways to test, to make sure that it doesn't have any flaws, in the sense we call it like a candy wrapper. I don't know if you played any video games, but a lot of times in the shoulders and the knees and stuff like that, it doesn't look quite natural. And we spend a lot of time trying to preserve these deformations so that they look natural on the body and the face as well. And so we also do a lot of animation libraries, and we use these animation libraries specifically in games or metaverses when we need to combine them for, say, like an NPC or non-playable character. We'll put together a bunch of animation libraries, and then this will get driven by the AI and the logic behind the AI to which animations would get played next. And there's a real way you kind of have to construct these together to where they have like different endpoints and other points, so that they can just blend together seamlessly and move in any direction and feel natural in the process. We worked on some big AI generated libraries on a project also called MOSM. And on that project, it was a big AI project that we did with the entire, quite a few companies in Europe. And we were trying to figure out a way to automatically generate animation to be used in mostly industrial purposes. And so we also do facial animation. This is just from a game. Games are kind of like metaverses, kind of a popular one. And we always try to make things look natural. And it was a pretty fantastic project to be part of. I think this Borderlands 4 trailer. Yeah. And so this brings us to the next brand I would like to talk to you about is Synthetic Portal.
Sorry, I couldn't skip that.
Synthetic Portal. And what's interesting about this is we really started to notice a need that we were building a lot of characters, and we needed environments to put them in. And so we started building a lot of different levels and stuff like that for a lot of different companies, and really focusing on trying to what it means to make metaverses. And so what we do is we build different environments. We can even add in interactive behaviors and stuff like that. And what's really important is really focusing on the cross-platform compatibility of the different engines that are being used, and because each one of them has a very specific way that they need to be constructed. And so, something else that Synthetic Portal does, is we really focus on game development, just trying to create really interactive, nice experiences for people. The game design is obviously very important, and the systems within that. But most of what we're doing is really focusing on the modeling design, building the characters, building the creatures, the environments for people to exist in. If we have to scan it, we go scan it, and then we recreate it to where it's usable in the game. And we do some other stuff with programming to kind of, really improve the overall gameplay and enable the functionality within the virtual worlds. So, now we're getting into the AI aspect of things, because it's that time and place to do it. So we made Pixel Thinkers. It's a AI character platform that we're adapting to a lot of different methods of chatbots and different people's technologies to ensure that they have really high quality, realistic chatbots. And what we're aiming to do is trying to make a profound interaction to enhance business efficiency and contribute to a more connected world through AI. And we do this, I'll tape it. And we're also really trying to transform the way that humans interact with computers in a way that feels natural and feels meaningful to them. And one of the things that is really important and is interesting is whether you have AI-powered characters in your toolbox, because basically there's we see like realistic avatars being made that are highly emotional intelligence that can really understand the way you think, act, and feel. And we see in time that this is going to be a much bigger level of integration into all of our devices around our home, like Google Home and Alexa and stuff like that. And we see this as a way that we can interact with digital agents in the future to help us navigate the future world. And so what I would like to show you guys is a video. This one is not a real-time AI video. This is more of a vision of what I expect it to be. And these are the very things that I'm working on now. So this one is a bit more fluid. And you can see when you watch the video, you'll notice that it has a different kind of fluidity to the movement than what you see in, say, chatbots of today that kind of feel a bit robotic. And this is our main goal with our company.
Hi, I'm Kai.
Oh, wow.
Nice to meet you. I'm alive.
Okay, I'm getting a lot of lag. Let me try that over.
Hi. I'm Kai. Nice to meet you. I'm a lifelike avatar that can be customized to look, speak, and act like anyone. My DNA enables me to utilize multiple chatbot technologies to adapt to your specific needs. I can help you with so many things, like organizing your life, telling a joke, or just listening to you when you need a friend. So, let's get started. Tell me about yourself.
Okay. I hope you all could see that. There was a bit of lag on my side. If not, you can always go to Pixel Thinkers and see the video there. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that video illustrated what I mean by where the current state of chatbots are with their movements and what our vision is. We do see them interacting in this way, and we will continue to try to achieve that. So the next I wanted to talk about which industries will be using chatbots within the metaverse in the next 5 years, and I think it's a lot, but I narrowed it down to 6, and one of the things that I see it having a huge impact in customer services, from troubleshooting things that you're having, being able to talk to you and understand what you want, and to be able to give you recommendations. As far as also like e-commerce, I can see this being huge, hooked up to like Google home displays or Alexa displays, and interacting with you, helping you find the products that you're looking for, and offering personalized recommendations that they really understand you as a customer. And also, of course, the banking and financing sector is a huge one, and it will hopefully be able to give us real-time assistance, telling us about everything that we need to know in regards to the best financial plans, how we should spend our money, what to invest in, somebody that we can trust to give us the information that we know we need. And also, obviously, I think healthcare is going to be a really big one. I think we have worked with them before, and it seems like they're really kind of very interested in this area. And I think I could see, your doctor being virtual and giving you consultations and understanding of what you have, and being able to do that 24/7, where sometimes it's hard to find a doctor in the odd hours. So I think they'll be very important and make a huge difference in our lives. And of course, education will be transformed. Now kids will be able to get personalized training and have a real character that really understands, where that child's at and where they need to grow from, and how to improve, and being able to work on the level of that independent child to raise education and be able to change it, hopefully at an accelerated rate. And of course, entertainment and media is always going to be huge with these things. I can, imagine this dog here like talking to me and being my personal assistant. Sounds like a really fun thing. And being able to, offer interactive experience and provide updates of what's going on in the world. And I think media will be one of the primary places that it changes. And so what's so great about these? Well, the way they're going to improve companies is, they're 24/7 available. They don't get tired. They don't need food. They're highly scalable in the sense that you can get one and then duplicate it in multiple ways. And they're very efficient in the sense that, when you need to know something, you don't even have to pick up the phone. You can just talk to it. And so what that's going to be is, it means it's going to be a lot more cost effective, and it's going to really, I think, raise the limit of how customers really interact, because they'll be very engaged with what the actual avatars are saying and how they can respond to them. And yeah, that's the conclusion to my speech. And I really thank you for your time, and hope you all have a lovely day. And thank you very much.